everybody, look who's back. It's Stuttering John's friend, the one that all of you guys hate. And I'm back, and I want to apologize earlier because there were some technical difficulties. StreamYard on a Windows laptop just doesn't work very well. It froze up. It wouldn't let me play some of the clips, but I'm back, and hopefully things will go smoother right now. I just saw a damn clip earlier from the Australian Dudes show, and I want to play it and see what you guys think. And I'm going to respond to it. And anytime.
Yeah, he's been going around saying that Vegas beer sales. Jerry was the guy who did it, and Jerry's like, I didn't get that pic. I didn't do any of that.
Particularly of my kids that John has.
Okay. Can you tell us some of the things that Shuli said about you that you? This is going to sound like a loaded question, but because we've talked behind the scenes before, it's not like Jerry has told me that certain things that Shuli said about him just isn't true or is made up. So, is there anything other than like the doxing that Shuli said about you that just isn't true?
It's mostly that, but then he also claims that either I sent John pictures of his kids, of Shuli's kids, which I've never seen. I've never seen. I know someone did do that. Some guy, anonymous guy. Well,
now it's an anonymous guy.
Right. He won't say who. He knows who it is, but he won't say who.
Right. And
to
he
fuck
said,
with you, sure.
Yeah, of course.
Right, Carl.
Guy,
it's a weird thing to fuck with somebody with, though, like the whole kids thing. You probably want to get that out there that you know who it is, and that guy deserves the blame.
Especially if you're being accused of it, right?
Pause.
You want to clear your name. Also, kind of
Shitware,
like the right
you're
thing
the
to
one
do in this
accusing
situation
me.
of some.
You're the one that started that shit. So yeah, being accused of it, yeah, you're the one. And I never sent anything to John. I never saw it. I heard about it. The first I heard about it was when he mentioned it on his show. And then later on, he explained to me how he got it. Let's go ahead and play some more.
Somebody sending underage children pictures to somebody else.
And we know, guys, what are you doing? What are you doing? You know, you lied about a pedophile, right? You remember you lied about it? Yeah.
I'm sorry, Carbo. We know his background where he has no problem when Johns are trying to have a little interaction with prostitutes, right?
On my private property, Silent Mike, you dumb motherfucker. If a prostitute and a John pull into your driveway, start having sex, would you turn them in, or would you just be okay with that? What would happen, Silent Mike? Okay, let's play some more.
It's kind of the O.J. Simpson defense, where he's like, I didn't do it, and if you let me free, I will find out who did it, guys. I'm going to lead the investigation.
Yeah, here it is, cut and dry. Jerry's protecting a dude that has photos of kids. That's number one.
Yep.
Number two, this guy has an excuse every time somebody calls him out for his shit. Oh, you doxed and drove John to Melton's address. No, Melton said, come on down.
He did. He said, come on down, and I actually have the video of it. He also said, come in my yard, go in my backyard. You can do any of that. I will not call the cops. Please come by. But we were there to do a comedy bit in the street, and that's what we did. We did not step foot on his property. And it was a funny bit, and people are still talking about it today.
Hey, come on down. He said, roll up.
Oh, you tried to take pictures of Cardiff. Well, I bought a ticket to Heckamania. I'm entitled to take pictures. It's always.
I didn't buy a ticket. Actually, someone gave me one.
Right? You can take pictures of an event. Not allowed to do that, surely? Is that frowned upon, taking pictures at a big event?
Always an excuse for this shitty, rancid behavior. This guy is a scumbag piece of shit.
I know someone did.
Let's just go back to this chat. Sorry, I just wanted to get that a little bit out. Where was that? When did that chat pop up? There
This Australian dude gets it.
Melton's address. No, Melton said, come on down. Photos of kids. That's number one.
Yep.
Number two.
Oh, fuck. This is busy. Trying to
lead the investigation.
Yeah, here it is, cut and dry. Jerry's protecting a dude that has photos of kids. That's number one.
Yep.
protecting a dude that has photos of kids. Now, those photos are photos that Shuli or his wife posted to Facebook. That's my understanding. I've not seen them, but it's pretty obvious. Is that right? Protecting
that's
someone
right.
who had.
Yeah, I think they came from social media, from what I understood. I never saw them either.
Pictures of kids. Let me think now. Why did Shuli and TSN lie about talking to ESO still being around? Were they protecting someone that has pictures of kids? A lot of pictures of kids? And very disgusting pictures of kids. No, stay up there on that high horse, Shuli. This comes across really, really well.
Get the heckamania. I'm entitled to take pictures. It's always an excuse for this shitty, rancid behavior. This guy is a scumbag piece of shit.
I know someone did do that. Some guy, anonymous guy. Well, now we know who it was, but at the time it was an anonymous email that John got.
So now there's a contradicting statement because John claimed somebody texted him the photos. Now it's an email.
So shitware. I'm not the one who received it, and I don't remember if he said text or email. I think he said received, but whatever. I don't know. You know, I said the word email. There's no difference between a text and an email, dummy. And so you're just trying to, with semantics, you're just trying to come up with something to say that I'm lying about something. There's no lie. And John did mention that shit on the air, and we'll see what he said. Go ahead.
Semantics again. All right, email, text. What's the fucking difference?
Mail.
Yeah.
And both from anonymous. They have no idea who sent it, but they know who it is now. So say something now if you're so upset about being accused of this, Jerry.
And
you're the one accusing.
You're
the one accusing, so I don't give a fuck. I'm not going to prove anything to you.
Sure. But I had nothing to do with it. But, you know, Shuli, of course, attacks me that, oh, if you're going to be friends with John and someone sent him pictures, then you're just as big a piece of shit as John is.
Yeah, it has nothing to do with you being friend. Jerry, I don't need or want to be friends with you.
I didn't say that. I don't want to be your fucking friend, you bald motherfucker. I don't want to be your friend, and I never, asked to be your friend. We did used to converse a little bit back in the day, and you probably don't even remember from over 20 years ago when I actually sat down with you and had a beer at the fucking Union Plaza. But anyway, let's go ahead.
Yeah, surely. Did he say that at all? I don't think he said that. I don't think anyone wants to be friends with you, surely.
A piece of garbage. What I'm saying is you are complicit in this. You are just as guilty of this as John is because you know who sent them.
John's not guilty. Someone sent him. He didn't ask for anything. Some asshole sent something to him. He wasn't looking for it, but he did mention it. And so now you're going to use that as a way to get sympathy and try to get people on your side. But nothing happened with those pictures other than John mentioning the pictures or a picture. I don't know if it was one or two. I think it was one, but I didn't do an investigation. Okay, let's go ahead.
John received them. Thanks for confirming. And John did bring it up on the air when he talked about my kids' physical features, when he talked about how one day they're going to turn 18. And you're okay with that, right, scumbag?
I'm not the one who made the comment.
Let's just fucking drink this in, folks.
You are complicit in this.
But, Shuli, of course, attacks me that, oh, if you're going to be friends with John and someone sent him pictures, then you're just as big a piece of shit as John is.
Yeah, it has nothing to do with you being friend. Jerry, I don't need or want to be friends with you. You're a piece of garbage. What I'm saying is you are complicit in this. You are just as guilty of this as John is because you know who sent them. You know that.
Okay. Are you just as guilty of having your producer send all my information to Chad Zumach? Are you complicit in that? Or was that just him on his own? Okay, go ahead.
Guilty and you're complicit. Anybody ever suggests that hashtag Shuli knew oh my God, it's the fucking end of the world. But Jerry's complicit because he's friends with John and he knows who sent the pic. So he's a piece of shit. What are we talking about, surely? You should leave this shit alone, dog. Leave this shit alone. 6,000 images, man. 6,000 images, and you covered it up. I'm going there. You covered it up. You lied and lied over and over again about your relationship with ESO. You're going to sit here and fucking point fingers at this guy? Get the fuck out of here.
John received them. Thanks for confirming. And John did bring it up on the air when he talked about my kid's physical.
Okay. So, yeah, I agree with the Australian man and everything he said. I don't know what Shuley knew and when he knew it, but definitely he was associated with that guy. But, you know, I never focused on that, and I still don't give a shit about that. That was something terrible that happened. I think there was another clip from him, too. Let's see. Do we have another clip? Yes, here it comes.
That's fucking fascinating to me. Next up, Shuley has taken issue with the fact that Vegas Beer Sales Jerry advertised that Stuttering John was going to be on the stream.
I never said
He got a
Stuttering
phone
John was
call
going to be
from
on the
John.
stream. I never said Stuttering John was going to be on the stream. I said we're going to have a guest, maybe another celebrity guest. Who I didn't say John, but let's go ahead.
Halfway through, I'm sure reading him the riot act, and more importantly, Jerry promoting that John would be on pretty much that whole show, and then just left. No John, grifted the audience. Worse, Mule.
Wait, what?
Well, Mule was
the audience.
I like Mule, and I like to talk to Mule. And he was going to be one of the guests, and then there was going to be another one who didn't answer. But anyway, yeah, Shitwares was full of shit here, and that's about all I can say. Let's play it.
The free stream that they could click on. That's a grift, is it, surely? Do you know what a grift is, surely? I'll tell you what a grift is when you say, get us to 1,000 Patreons and we'll do a show at Pickwick Pub. Where's that show, surely? What happened to the Pickwick Pub show? You got your 1,000 Patreon subs, and now you've neglected Patreon. I got a message a couple of weeks ago about from a former Surely Network Patreon subscriber where they've just neglected it. You can't watch anything live if you're a Patreon sub. Sometimes they don't upload stuff, or they upload it fucking way later. Like, they have boxed themselves into YouTube when originally they're like, oh, John did us a favor by striking our channel because we moved over to Patreon and got all this money from Patreon. So yeah, that's a grift.
That's a grift. I forgot about that Pickwick Pub that they were going to do a broadcast from there. And I remember, I think they even called the bartender or the owner. I don't remember. And then also, what about the T-shirts? I think he promised or posters. He promised a bunch of posters to people at this Pottstown thing and never delivered them. Is that a grift? I think that's a grift. So
really?
Yeah, we should check on the elderly in South Florida and see if producer Joe has been using his free time to beat them.
To get beaten up again?
He's not wasting his time with that right now. He's wasting his time doxing people and doing all the things that Shuley accuses other people of doing. That's what he's up to.
Looking for revenge and not uploading Patreon episodes.
Well, there you go.
The theory. It's a theory.
Hughesy, thanks for being a member for 4 months.
Stevie Lou. I haven't seen Stevie Lou in over a year on anything, except for a stream from Rodney's. So there's that. Is there anything else to go up there? Let's see. Nope. Okay, someone was saying I doxed Melton's house. How did I dox Melton's house when John just stood in front of it and did a performance? I didn't show his street name. I didn't say it. I just filmed John, and that's what I agreed to do. So is that doxing? Okay, whatever. Let's see what else here. What about John's keychains? Yeah, did he promise keychains to an audience members? Yeah, he promised keychains to give out at a party with people that he knew, and so whatever that was. I don't think that was a grift because I don't think he was charging money. Let's see here. Jake Hudson's in there. Shuli sent me your StreamYard link. Well, I don't know how he would have this one. Reverend Rage. Shuli lies as in cultivated fans that can't see a lie. They can't understand the truth, even when Aussie Man makes it so obvious. They still can't see it because they're just cultivated of the worst. Yeah, that's pretty much true. I mean, there are a few TSN fans that I actually talk to and are pretty good people, but most of them are animals, and they just do bad stuff. So let's see what else. You're a compulsive liar. Yeah, you would know that. Let's see here. John didn't show. No one said John was going to be here. I think John was in the chat earlier, but I can't believe he even did that, because John definitely doesn't want to have anything to do with the Devilverse. Plate of shrimp, thanks for the $4.99. Who of John's friends do you think leaks the most info to his enemies? Well, where he does claim that. He says, oh, I'm talking to someone in the SJ Army, and I found out that John's coming back and he's going to do a show. And then Jerry and Ava are in charge of John's show. I don't know that anyone's saying anything like that to him. I think he's making it up. But honestly, I don't know. I don't know. I know what John tells me, and I know I don't say shit to anybody about anything John tells me. That's just, not what I do. And I don't know who else he talks to. Jake Hudson, sorry. Jake, you're a cool dude. I like you, Jake. Reverend Rage, most are good people. I don't know about most, some. Nasty Meal, Shuli knew. Nasty Meal, you're a good dude. I know that. Boomers go to Shuli's Anonymous, confirm. Well, I'm a Gen X, and I'm old. So I don't know if there's any boomers around other than KB. But they might be. I don't know. I didn't block anyone. If anyone got blocked, it wasn't me. There's no such, Reverend Rage, thanks for the $1.99. There's no such thing as an SJ Army. Never have I seen. Yeah, it's just a fucking joke, man. Would you, John likes to say SJ Army. I like to say it. It's something to throw out there, so to give them something to talk about. Hey, Italian guy 83. Yeah, I see that you're one of those people who likes to dox people and mess with families. So I don't think that's you. I think you're a producer that lives in a trailer. I think that's who you are, Italian guy 83. Reverend Rage, it says it was a Facebook photo, not an ESO photo. Okay, I never saw it. I don't know the photo, Reverend Rage. Nasty Meals, Shuli doesn't even understand what complicit means. I don't know what he understands. I mean, he dropped out of high school. So I don't know what words he knows. Okay, Reverend Rage. No Discord, no chat group, no meetings, nothing. Nobody's in deeper than me. I've never seen anything. I've never talked to John in real life, never a DM. Okay. You know, I have seen some of your posts on Reddit and what you post on YouTube and stuff. I think you're mostly a good dude, and what you post up there is honest and true. So thank you for the super chat. Okay. Let's see what else we got. Chill no LOL. I miss John. Yeah, a lot of people miss John, but again, they didn't treat John very well. So, you know, John doesn't want to be around this bullshit. Johnny 56, why do you hate Palestinians? I don't hate Palestinians. I do hate Hamas, but there are plenty of people that are Palestinians that aren't involved in that. And unfortunately, it's a bad situation there. And that's all I'm really going to talk about. That's one of the things John really doesn't want on his channel. But no, I have no hate for Palestinians, and I feel bad for them. TSN Teddy 499. If you were stranded on an island with Phil's wife and the hope of humanity rested on you procreating with her, could you? I couldn't. Well, first of all, I don't care about humanity continuing on. We've pretty much fucked up what we've done on this planet. So there's no incentive for it to go on. Phil's wife hasn't ever done anything to me that I know of. And, you know, she should be left out of it. We got banned and bankrupt Israel. Go ahead and try. Let's see what happens. What about your wife? Well, unfortunately, I contributed to populating the earth already. What else we got? Is Israel committing a genocide? I wouldn't call it that, but again, that's about all I'm going to say about that, because that's not something that the channel owner really wants to talk about. My face and neck are droopy. I'm old, man. What do you want me to do? I'm an old dude, man. You know, I've got pictures when I was young. You want to see that with my mullet? People are posting pics of your wife and saying, yeah, I know. What am I going to do about it? I already know that. You know, who's the one to put them out there? Oh, yeah, some producer from a trailer. Yeah, we know that. The Duke talks about third input. Got any stories about third input? The Howard Stern show talked about third input, and Jackie says he's the one who invented the term because they couldn't say the word anal on the radio in those days. And Jackie was a funny guy, man. He still is. I like Jackie a lot. And no, I have no stories about it. Trailer Trash Phil Joe. Yeah, what about him? Right, I think pretty soon we're going to have somebody else pop on with me. I don't know if they're here yet, but we'll see what happens. I wish I had VTL skills. Yeah, I don't really know Vince other than I've seen him on YouTube a whole lot, and he does make me laugh. Jerry, are you allergic to decorations? This is an extra room somewhere that is not being used, and I would rather stream from here than from my house because I have construction going on. I'm doing some remodeling. Yeah, we need that guest pronto. I know. You don't have to tell me, Troll Hunter. VTL is the best. Okay. Reverend Rage, that's funny. What do you think of U.S. Steel? Well, U.S. Steel. I think in The Godfather 2, he said that they were bigger than U.S. Steel. Is Carl a Jeff do it? I don't think so. I met his wife. She's a very nice lady. Don't stare like that old KB. I'm almost as old as him. Can you believe that? Reverend Rage. Did I vote for Trump? No, I did not. I can't vote for a charlatan. Cats? Yeah, I got cats. That's why John's cat stayed over at my friend's house when he was in Vegas, because I didn't want my cats attacking his or vice versa. And so I had a house where there was extra room. How much does John get from me for using his channel? Nothing. Unless he gets ad revenue, which I don't think there's ad revenue on this, but I'm not sure. Did the Johns ever get Voltaire? Thanks for the $1.99. Did John ever get third input in your parking lot? I don't believe John's ever been to that town, as far as I know. But so I doubt it. Troll Hunter, I voted for Trump, but as a California resident, I knew it didn't matter. So I threw away my vote in protest. Fuck them all. You know, I kind of agree. I think both parties are bad, and I don't like the leadership of either party. And you're just really what you're looking to do is pick the one that's closest to the way you think, but that doesn't, you know, there's still all both parties are looking to do is protect the billionaires and take everything away from regular people that they can. And it's always been that way, and it's always going to be that way. And you don't have a lot of power, but you really should vote and vote against the one that you think's the worst. Michael Coleman, Anthony Cumia is not an anti-Semite. I've heard John call him that. I never said he was. His girlfriend is. Is he racist towards blacks? Yes. Get in your narrow-minded head that just because someone hates one minority group doesn't mean he hates them all. No, it doesn't mean that, but it doesn't mean he doesn't either. So, you know, I don't know what that means. I'm not even going to answer it. QWERTY WS468. Thanks for the $1.99. Stop reading the goddamn free chat. Okay, then I'm not reading it right now because you actually super chatted. So more power to you. Thank you for the $1.99. And is my guest going to be here or not? I don't know. I'm ready for the guest, but we'll see. No, it's not John. Racism doesn't exist. Sure. Italian guy, stop super chatting him. Okay, Italian guy. We know who you are. Let's see what else. Not working. Yeah, hey, this StreamYard on Windows really sucks because it'll lock up and then some of the damn buttons disappear and then you got to wait for them to come back. You got to reload. I'm going to have to get a damn iMac or something or whatever, MacBook. Who do you want to run for president in 2028? I don't know, man. Democrats can put up who they want, Republicans put up who they want, and I'll see. Peanut butter. I'm going to answer this, even though it's in the pores, as you say. How long have you actually known the Duke, Jerry? For real, I mean, I've met him in the 90s, but that doesn't count. I was just like a fan showing up to an event. 2015 is when I first hung out with him again in 2018. And so I've not really known him since then. You know, I go out in the Vegas sun, man, every day. It's been like 105 every day. So whatever the sun does in my skin, that's what it does. I'll answer that one, Italian guy. Ava gets her super chats, I get mine. That's a fact, Jack. I never stalked and harassed John's family. You guys do. And I didn't block anybody. I don't know who blocks who. It's not my job, man. Grillo, yeah, I run into Grillo, but he's not here now. He's in New York. He's smart, man. You don't want to be here in August.
What was it like talking to Grillo?
Grillo's a nice guy, man. He was very nice to me. Oh, hi, Ava. How you doing today?
What's up?
Good to see you. No, Grillo. I like Grillo.
How do you like Grillo?
He was fed some bad information and believed it, you know, and I was a little.
Are you out of your mind?
No, he really was. He was lied to, and I saw the lies that he was told, and so he really, he just believed those lies, and that's why John got so mad at him, because he believed some of that shit.
Well, I guess it doesn't matter because he said, I didn't know if it was true or not about Jerry.
That's what, yeah, he did.
No, but they stopped sending me super chats because of it, so I had to throw Jerry off.
Yeah, he did say, he did say that.
That's bad, right?
Yeah, that's bad, and
Okay.
you know what? Grillo and I talked about that. Yeah,
that's him being a bad guy, right? Like, because you were literally at his house helping his stupid ass, and then he, without even knowing what happened, just decided to throw you under the bus. And he did a couple days saying that you were guilty of all that.
He did, yeah, he did, and I talked with him about that.
So what the fuck what's wrong with you?
Well, no, I talked to him. I said, "Hey, man, that really bummed me out that you said that."
Well, of course he's gonna be like, right. "Oh, I'm so sorry." Yeah, but of course afterwards he's gonna be like, "I'm so sorry I did that. I didn't know." But I mean, when it came down to it, in that moment, he threw you under the bus and propagated an attack on you.
He did, but I mean,
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry to be to yell at you. Seems like I hear. He did do that.
He did that, but honestly, he's was a low life. I'm not going to call him a low life.
But Jared Grillo's whole life is him getting fooled by a friend. He's not a bright guy. But
I didn't say he was a bright guy.
But he also shows his cards in these. He shows that he's a bad guy though. Whenever he's tested, and that was the ultimate test because he basically
that was a test, and then also
he said you did it for days. He's like Jerry was trying to. He came here to fuck me over. Well, he didn't. And then if he's gonna tell you he doesn't know afterwards, that doesn't matter. Like because he just went with it because he wanted to make money, and
he did, and he willing to throw you under the bus. Apologize for that, but again, no, it wasn't on the air. He didn't apologize on the air where he should have. But yeah, and he shouldn't have gotten so mad at John for John getting mad at him because John was in the right and Grillo was in the wrong.
Grillo is just the ultimate fucking, I hate using the word grifter. He's a low-life idiot scumbag that'll throw anyone in the bus. I mean, this idiot, like this little monster, he you know how like when Maggie Haberman is promoting a book right now. She goes on CNN and she wrote a big book about Trump. So behind her, it's got her books all around her because she's doing like a press tour.
Yeah.
Grillo does these videos with his books behind him like he's some fucking kind of celebrity and everyone's gonna buy his book in the Dabbleverse. This is a real cocksucker.
Yeah, I know. I've been in that studio. I saw the book there. He also has a license plate up there that says Upgrade because that's the name of his cat.
Well,
yeah.
Well, anything is an upgrade from Grillo.
Yeah. So no, I understand what you're saying about Grillo, and I'm not.
So why are you forgiving him?
Well, I'm not saying I'm forgiving him, but I don't think he's as much of a scumbag as some of the other people I'm dealing with right now.
Okay. Well, no.
And so that's
when he said the second part, I agreed with you. Just the second
part. There are some other people that are way worse scumbags that I'm dealing with, and so Grillo's just Grillo, and again,
he's a retarded bad person.
Yeah, but you know what? Yeah, and he's been around a long time, and that's just who he is and how he is. And you know what? I accept John for who he is and what he does, and I really like John a lot. Grillo, I accept.
Why are you comparing those two?
I'm comparing it to how I think. I'm explaining how I think. So John has done a lot of good things for me. Grillo really hasn't. So John is way above Grillo in my eyes, and so
But you shouldn't even gauge your relationships with people based on like what they do for you. That's a whole separate thing. He stabbed you in the back when you did him a favor by going over to his house and helping his retarded ass fucking run a goddamn screen on a computer. And then as soon as you left for 4 days, he went on camera to make money and said, Jerry did it. Jerry came over here to fuck me over.
Hey, Grillo, you motherfucker, I'm coming after you now. The worm tongue got in my ear, and now I'm coming after you. You better watch out when you get back to Vegas, you dumb motherfucker. Okay.
He really is, like, he's underrated in terms of his bad character here. Like, he really, because everyone gets so distracted about how dumb he is. And you're like, oh, he's an idiot, and then you kind of feel bad for him. But then, like, he finds a way to let you know he's a bad guy. Even that whole thing, because I remember before I met him here, like that Tracy and Grillo fight about the intern.
The top shelf liquor.
Yeah, once you get to know him and watch the way he behaves, like, I think he scammed them. He like said, "Oh yeah, come you can get whatever you want," and then fucking like got pissed off about the bill. And then,
he's like, "I didn't tell you all the Grey Goose and Patron."
And he was an intern. So he should even know better on that level. Like he is a piece of shit.
Yeah, and he was an unpaid intern. He should know what it's like to have no money.
Yeah, well, he's not a marketable guy. No matter how hard he tries to market his books.
Yeah, I wonder how many he sold.
Who bought
I have one.
Did you buy it?
No. I received one.
Oh, okay. He didn't like scam you somehow for
No,
like,
he gave me one. He gave me one.
What's it like with him off cam? So okay, so here, let me just walk you through this. So I guess
Grillo off cam?
Hold on. Grillo writes you to be like, hey, well, I can't do a Grillo impression. But he's like, hey, can you come over and like fucking do the work for me?
He called. And then, he didn't text me. He called. He said, okay. Hey man, are you doing anything tonight? And I said, well, I'm done for the day. It's Easter, man. I'm home. And he's like, hey, I'm having Billy West on tonight, and the guy who was going to run the computer for me and put up the super tips can't make it. Is there any way you could help me? And I'm like, yeah, I can do it. I mean, he was 10 minutes away from where I was.
Oh, you didn't say you didn't say I'm going to need $150 or some other shit. You were just being a nice guy, and you're like,
I was just being a nice guy. I would not ask for $150 for that.
And that's after he's trashing your friend too, and you're still being a nice guy.
No, that's he wasn't trashing my friend before that. This was when he and John were still getting along. It was after that show when they started fighting, and it was because of that show.
What is the estate like? So he tells you where you're going. I'm not asking for any specifics about the location. So what do you enter physically, like of the location of Grillo?
Oh no, well,
was he living in that house?
No, Grillo has his own apartment, which I've been to and hung out. Then he also has a studio.
When did you go to Grillo's? When did you go to Grillo's apartment?
Oh, a few times. Before, when he was just signing up for Super Tips, and I helped him get things set up on his computer and stuff. We grilled burgers out by his pool. We hung out.
Did he operate the grill?
We both did.
Okay. Did you have to supervise that too, or?
Yeah, I had to supervise it. Yeah, and I was trying to get him to grill some shrimp in honor of Baba Booey, but no, we had burgers.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Did he ask you for help with the grill?
Not really. I just jumped up and started helping. He didn't ask for
You're like, oh, I better. Okay.
Yeah, I better help with this.
Is there something about him that doesn't come through on camera that humanizes him that people like me are missing?
I think so, Ava. I really do.
Can you explain what that is?
Well, I mean, I hung out with him, and he might do this with everyone he meets. I don't know, but with me, I mean, he just told me all kinds of stories, about, behind the scenes stuff from the Stern Show that happened to him. And
no, not that.
Okay. But I mean we did talk for a lot about stuff like that.
No, like a humanizing thing. Like obviously, like he's an automaton and can just be like, "Oh, I was there when other people that aren't retards and that are talented did all these things that are funny." But like as a human, like just as a person, did you get a glimpse of like something that isn't coming through on camera? Because to me, he looks like a dirtbag. I mean, he's a bad guy. But you're saying I'm wrong. But you've met him, so I've
met him several times.
So I'm curious, like what I'm missing.
I mean, the first time I met him at a restaurant with another guy from New York, and we sat there and had.
Was the other guy with you, or was he with Grillo?
No, with Grillo, a guy who.
Grillo brought a guy.
Yeah, Grillo brought a rich guy, of course, and they and we sat and talked, and we talked about my industry. The guy actually had done some work in my industry, so we talked about that.
When you were explaining your industry, did Grillo ask you questions?
He did, actually, because during COVID, he worked in my industry for about 6 months. And so he was explaining what he did for, in the beer industry for about 6 months in New York during COVID. And I told him, there's places here in Vegas that do that kind of work. And if you would like, I'll put you in touch with them if you want to get some part-time or full-time work, while you're settling down out here. So yeah, we talked about that. But again, those guys bought me appetizers and drinks. I don't know which one.
Like Grillo? Yeah, you do.
Yeah, I'm guessing because I left before they were done.
Did you read Grillo's book that he sent you?
No. I have it.
But you didn't read it?
I didn't read it, no. It's autographed to me.
Why didn't you read it?
I just haven't had time. I don't read much anymore.
Yeah. So you guys were talking about COVID?
We were talking about during COVID. That's when he had to get this other job because the job he had fell through. And so he had to get another way of earning money. And so he did that job.
Do you think that it was a lab leak or wet market?
COVID? It could have been either one. I don't fucking know, man. It's a Wuhan flu is what I've heard it was called, but I don't know where that shit came from. I do know that it wasn't handled well by anybody.
You want to read this?
Early pox-scarred ghoul. Thanks for the $1.99. Be honest, Grillo IQ under 90. I don't know. Sal was 102, 103.
Well, they tested Grillo. Like, he literally has an IQ that's in the 90s. Like they tested him on the show, right? On the Stern show.
Yeah. Hey, Ava, I have to take a pause for just 1 minute. I'm going to turn off my camera. I'll be right back, okay?
Yeah.
Sorry.
I mean, I was confused. He's the guy. He's defending Grillo. I mean, half the reason I can't stand Grillo is because what he did to Jerry. That's the problem. Is Jerry's a nice person. Yeah. He didn't want to bite on the COVID question either. I was kind of wanting to explore that. He's cagey about Israel-Palestine, so I can't ask him about that either. But I'm gonna try maybe when he gets back. Wait. I'm not gonna read the free chats. Well, it's his show.
Okay,
So there you go.
I'm back. Sorry about that. It was actually a really important call from somebody close to me, and not John, and it was something I had to take.
Oh yeah, I understand. I know. Actually, no, it's not bad.
So I remember we were talking about Grillo.
Well, we were talking about Grillo. I was a little bit like thrown aback by your defense of Grillo, but it is.
Well, I don't know that it's a big defense, but yeah, and I told him that hey man, that bums me out, man, and I really don't like that you did that. And we had to talk about it, and I've talked to him since about other stuff, but I haven't gone over to his studio since then. And by the way, you were asking me about where he was broadcasting from. That was some other guy's place, and he has a studio.
So he was crashing at some.
No, he doesn't stay there. He stays in his own apartment, but he goes and does his shows at that studio.
What's it like to hang out with him when like the camera's not on?
When the camera's off, I mean, mostly I've hung out with him just at his apartment or the studio. And we hung out at that restaurant that one time. And then we were going to go to another really cool place that I like. But that was the week that some of these chatters started telling him that I was going to dox all his information. And then he received a phone call from the shitware that, oh no, you had Jerry help you on your show last night. He's going to dox everything. He's going to give John all the information about who comes in your place, who leaves your place, all that kind of shit. And so it wasn't just random, idiots on Twitter doing that to Grillo. He was hearing that from people that he thought he could trust.
Right. Oh, and they're talking about what he.
So anyway, yeah, we were going to go to this other place, but we ended up not doing that.
Player Shrimp, why is Shuli so scared of you? I'm not allowed to talk about him, which is like honestly the hardest thing to do if we're broadcasting from John's channel, and I'm not allowed to say anything about that fucking guy.
I think you can.
I'm trying the best I can. I don't think I can.
Okay, all right.
I'm in timeout after just breaking the rules last time completely.
Okay.
So I don't know. I don't know who you're talking about, Player Shrimp.
Okay, so are we done with the Grillo or Gold Peak? Unsweet.
So no, I mean I guess so. Basically what I'm getting is that like I was trying to press you to kind of get a sense of what he's like and if there's any other dimension to him, which I kind of knew the answer to before, and the way that you answered it made me get the sense that he's an empty vessel when you hang out with him, and then he stabbed you in the back, so you didn't really have time to.
He did, and
yeah.
Also he will name drop. He can tell you all the people he knows.
No, wait, I know that. I mean, he's It is a stunning lack of success on his end if you really think about how old he is, because he kind of comes off as very childish, but then it's like, I mean, he was doing the show before I was like in elementary school, and he still like sleep like crap. I don't know about him having an apartment, by the way. Do we know that's true?
I know that's true. I've been there.
Do we know he still has the apartment?
Well, that I don't know, because he went to New York in June. Oh, hey, Jake.
Hey, Shuli sent me the link. Shuli sent me the link before you sent me the link, Ava. I already had the link.
I don't know. Maybe I'm learning it. Like if I just have a setup stream on my StreamYard,
nice to meet you, Jerry.
Is it always the same link to? Like, I don't understand how Shuli.
I don't know, but nice to meet you, Jerry.
Hey, nice to meet you too, Jake. I really think you're a cool man.
It's not really an own, because I can just not put someone on. So
I'm
it doesn't matter if Shuli sends other people the link, because I'm not looking at it. Yeah.
And I just got done doing a stream, doing a stream myself. So
hey, listen, you motherfucker! I heard that you fucking threw me into the bus after our last stream, and then you went on Shitware stream, and then you were fucking talking shit about me. You're a fucking backstabbing asshole, dude. What the fuck is your problem? You've done this 3 fucking times, Hudson.
All right.
You just go, you just run to Shuli. Yeah, like what are you like? You're worried about like your entrepreneurship, and you want to maintain a good relationship with that fucking worm? We just did a stream, and then you're gonna fucking like suck it, and they talk all kinds of shit about you.
You know what? You're fucking blocked.
Jesus. Jesus, you were just fucking around.
Jake goes, I love him. I don't know.
Fucking Jake Hudson, man.
Jake, come back.
Come back, Jake.
Jake, I get to do that because I'm so loyal to you, and you did. And even like Mumbling Nick sent me a clip. I was like, hey, why is Jake throwing you under the bus? And so I get to call you out about that, Jake, and you can't be mad at me. Well, you can do whatever you want. Jake's done.
Wow. And then tomorrow he'll apologize. I didn't mean that.
That night he was pro shitware, then came on my show and then started being on my side, then switched back to shitware, and then they were doing a live stream where they're just mocking him because they mock people and I'm not gonna call Jake disabled in the way that they do, but they just sit there and watch. We're not.
Of course they do. You know, they're just mocking him. They don't care about him.
And then who's sucking their cocks?
Yeah, they don't give a shit about him. They're just going to use him to mock him, and he might not understand that, but that's what they're going to do. But I like
seriously,
Jake,
and like I always said I just got at the tail end of being on Shuli's show, I discovered Jake Hudson because I think KB played him, and I was just like and that's when I met Nick too, and I was like, I fucking love this guy. And in my head, I was like, if I ever do a show, Jake is always coming on or is always invited because I fucking love Jake. And then immediately he throws me under the fucking bus for the shitware. Like, what the hell is that? And then he's gonna act like a bitch if I call him out about it. Fuck you, Jake.
Yeah, fuck him.
You know, like fuck it. It's like I can pull up the timestamp or whatever. Did you see that move that the fucking shitware pulled? Like when I was doing my show, and I started getting my flow going, and then everyone's like, Shuli said that you would never send him the link. And do you remember on PDP when he said fuck? He said John would never let Ava or something like John would never let Ava have me on his channel.
No, I think because you said, hey, he said I could have whoever I want on. He's like, John, that's bullshit. John would never allow that. And you know what? John would allow it. John told us we could have anyone we want on. And he was clear about that.
I'm sorry, John. I'm gonna fucking do it. I don't give a shit. All right. Like, watch this. This guy is such a pathological liar. All right. All right. So this is from PDP. So what I'm saying is that on PDP, he was reviewing the footage of me and Keanu and everything, and then saying that there's no way John would ever let me have, or John would let Ava have me on his channel. And so that's why. So then the next time I was on, I sent him the link, and then he proceeds.
You proved.
And then he proceeds to just not show up, and then like a child just post a link to everyone else again, which is not a own because you don't. It's not like they're on the screen. I don't have to let them in. And then he does an emergency stream, and he says, "I'm in the John business. I'm not even in. I didn't say I'm going to come on with Ava. I was saying John would never let me on the stream with him." And then he proceeds to just like snipe the whole show I did.
But that's not what he said.
And just watch me. So it's like this fucking bald, cocksucking, talentless worm needs to choose a goddamn fucking lane. It's like, are you better than Ava? Or are you going to say you're better than Ava and then fucking do an emergency show about what Ava did and then just watch Ava's show? You fucking talentless. And I don't blame him. My show's better. When I do a show, it's better than his show. They're just like watching people with Down syndrome and just like not making funny jokes because there's really not any funny jokes to make about it. But if anybody could, it wouldn't be them because they can't make a funny joke about anything. So watch this fuck. This is the clip from PDP that I'm talking about. And you're going to see that this cocksucker is a pathological, lying fucking worm.
Okay.
Sorry, Jerry. I didn't mean to yell at you.
No, I want to see it.
Yeah, this is unbelievable. All right, here we go. Is it on the screen? Yeah, here we go.
How is he not texting you? Oh my God. You'd be like, you let that fucking crunch on this show? My God.
John was like, you have Kumia on, you can have whoever you want on. I was like, I don't think they're.
All right.
I don't believe that for a second.
Well, also it's funny. It's just like book whoever you want. Donald Trump, Anthony Cumia.
Right.
I can get Keanu.
Right.
Okay.
Oh, great.
There's no way John told her put on whoever you want.
Why don't you go write
There's
another
no way.
instrumental song?
John is so insecure.
Wait, sorry, I talked over my own fucking
Keanu.
Right.
Okay.
There's no way John told her put on whoever you want. There's no way. John is so insecure.
I think like, but he said I could have Shuli on too. No,
now
Send
you
the
know
link.
that's complete.
Yeah, send the link. There's no way in hell John
She's
lets
in
me on
it.
his channel. No way in hell.
You said channel shit
John
where
doesn't
you
even
didn't
like
say
the
with
Jerry
John.
idea.
Aren't you blocked on StreamYard?
did you hear this cut? And he literally after the stream, like I sent him the link. It's like, all right, show up, motherfucker. And I told John, I was like, he's a pussy. And then I sent him the link, and then he doesn't show up. And then he goes on his stream and says, no, I was talking about John. You all just heard that shit, right? You just heard that, right? There's no wiggle room at all for that fucking worm. He is a lying pussy. And this is what he did. They blocked me from all their shit. And he always acts like I'm trying to go on their show or anything. I never did. Like, as soon as I went on, I burned my bridge with them by jumping on to berate Kumia, which again, I did the first time I've ever met Kumia was me jumping on his show to just tell him he's a piece of shit. And Shuli acts like, oh, once you meet them, you're really, really nice. As soon as that happened, I'm not trying to go on your show. You can fucking fuck off. All I said in passing was that John said you could even have Shuli on. And he said he would never have me on. I send the link, and then he goes on and does an emergency show and lies about it. That's this fucking guy. He's a lying fucking worm. And then it's embarrassing it must be embarrassing that when you're that loyal to Howard Stern, where you're like weighing your human feces, to make less money than I make, and then to have your pay dropped and then have to make that decision to like move to Redneckville in Alabama. I mean, that's an embarrassment for him. Like Howard said, you're not getting a raise. You're actually worth half of what your salary has been. And Shuli had to be like, to his credit, he was like, all right, well, I guess I'm going to go to Alabama and stalk John for the next 20 fucking years because I have no talent, no jokes, no content. He's a fucking loser. Right, Jerry?
That's right.
Just like Grillo.
I'm going to keep Shitware and Grillo in separate categories, but I know you don't.
Well, the funny thing about the whole Grillo thing was like when Grillo and Rob Saul started coming on, they had like Rob had his like redemption arc or whatever. And I find Rob to be a more credible person than Grillo. But like they both kind of came on and they're just turned on John and they were starting to get views. And Rob was honest. He was like, when John left, I don't get as many super chats or make as much money or whatever. But the same thing happened to Grillo. But then once everyone started trashing Grillo, like, when Levy and Pat just started trying to turn Grillo into a lol cow, Shuli threw Grillo under the bus.
He did. And he started doing shows calling Grillo a dummy and stuff. And I saw people even super chat Grillo or super tip, whatever that is, and say, why are you letting Shuli call you a dummy? And you could see it in Grillo's face. He looked really hurt. But then he's like, well, that's their job.
Still.
And then he said, that's their job. They're comedians. They're supposed to goof on people. But I could see how hurt he was in his face.
Yeah. That's shitware.
Yes, that is. And they don't respect Grillo, and they call him a dummy, and they make fun of him. And then, like Don Rickles, they go, oh, but he's a great guy.
There's a, wait. Can you talk for a second? There's another clip I think would be funny. But
okay, yeah, go find a clip. So, yeah, anyway, I don't have a big issue with Grillo anymore. We've talked about it. It's water under the bridge.
Stop it with your cock bullshit, Jerry.
No, it's not bullshit. I don't have a big problem with him anymore. I did tell him, how shitty some of the things he did was. But again, I'm on John's side with all this. John's the one who's constantly been my friend through all this.
John's a legend.
He is a legend, and he did more than any of these fuckers have ever done.
Look at the Dabbleverse right now. It's like, I mean, KB has failed, and
he's a piece of trash.
KB's falling apart right now. He's like now just having these depressing, honest moments where he's like talking about how like Louis C.K. and Dave Attell surpassed him, and it's in the back of his mind. And then like he chose to have this terrain, which is so gross, of just money, like Dabble board leaderboard or whatever. And then Bob Levy and Pat like made more money than KB on a Saturday night, which is like, I don't know if you stay up on the Saturday nights, but like KB's usually like the one that just gets all his money and has this great show. It was him and Panhandler like sucking each other's cocks for like 3 hours, and then Pat and Bob made more money, and like Kevin was like,
well, if they did, they did. But yeah, I don't watch much of that shit. But when I have watched KB, like he'll pull up a clip and he keeps restarting it over and over and over and not saying anything and just playing the clip. And, I can't really watch him.
Well, listen, I'm not as comfortable like shitting on anybody about their producer skills until I've
done I know. I'm worse.
Until I've done this a couple more times because I know I'm going to fuck it up setting up.
No, I'm way worse than him. I know that. He's.
So I'm not saying that about you. I'm talking about me.
No, but he's supposedly in entertainment, but it's not really about that. It's what he chooses to do. But again, he doxed John's mom and told people to send stuff to her house because she would want them to do that. Then he put John's phone number up there. Then he doxed a different guy in Vegas who happens to sell beer as well, and that guy's name is Jerry. And KB put all his information up there thinking it was me. That's a bunch of bullshit.
That moment, but like I was at that point, I'd already like told John I don't want him to like. I was like, don't strike anyone. He told me he wouldn't. But at that moment, building up to him striking KB, like he did what you're saying. He doxed me. He like found all these old pictures. Kevin was posting pictures of me, when I was like 22 years old. And
Jesus.
Yeah, he went like full evil. And it's just kind of like, even the people that hate John when that happened, they're like, well, KB kind of had it coming.
Yeah.
He's really, ugh. But yeah, that in that moment, he really was just pushing the envelope with just personal information sharing.
And he still does, just with other people right now.
Yeah, I don't think he has it in him to do that right now. I think it's an interesting moment this week with KB because like did you see that clip from that? And Carl did a good job with this. It was like on Dabbleverse Live. It was him and Tukey, and they were watching KB respond to a chat saying, "Hey, Adam Bush and all them are talking shit about you," and they were responding to some clip of Mark Normand and Sam Morrell.
I saw that.
Yeah, and I just like his response, like Kevin's response to that, like, was the beginning of him just having this dark introspective thing where he's like, well, everyone told me to keep up with Louis C.K. and keep up with Dave Attell, but I couldn't keep up.
Hey, well, that's honest.
And since then, he's brought at least one of them up on every show in like a depressing. He's getting depressed. You know when Grandpa
well, good. He deserves it.
You know when Grandpa starts getting dark and.
Yes.
But the clip. Well, is this even interesting? Like one of the other things that Shirley lied about in that appearance was he was saying that Fumia never said that if John tried to roast him at the Rodney's gig, that everyone would turn on him and all bets would be off. Like he challenged me.
He did say that.
So I have like the clip of that, but I might fuck up. Like, is that worth watching, or do we just know he's full of shit and it doesn't matter?
Well, I know he said that. If you want to play it, play it.
Oh, would it be fun or what?
But like, yeah.
Yeah. No.
I don't know. I know when Rob Saul and Nasty Neil were asking me about that the other night.
Nasty Neil's another fucking loser too, by the way, right?
Yeah, so they asked me about that, and they're like, well, what was your idea? And I said, well, my idea was to roast all the people there. Ava's idea was for John to read the police report, and John liked that idea more, and he went with it. And I'm fine with that. That was John's decision to make. He's the one that had to stand up there.
Do you understand that was the funniest thing ever?
I do. I thought it was funny as hell once I saw it. Ahead of time, I didn't know what was going to happen. But
part of like that whole like riff session me and John were having was because he had gone on with Gavin McInnes talking about the gig, and then he did a solo show. And then when he said, and then some people are saying that Vegas is writing, or he's saying that people are writing roast jokes to roast us. He's like, John. She's like, John, if you want my, this is what he's like, John, if you want my advice, I wouldn't do that, because at that point all bets are off and everyone's gonna start fucking heckling you. Like Anthony said that. So
yeah,
it's so crazy to me that afterwards everyone's like, oh, like they just said it on PDP. They're like, oh, John, if you would just roasted us and been like, hey,
there's Lady K
type box. Yeah. Anthony telegraphed that everyone is coming there to laugh at the Village Idiot multiple times that week. And these people just sit there and they try to like challenge me when I make that point. It's like, no, you're wrong about it. I understand that you have to like lie and pretend. And Anthony was much better about it, because he would do these clips. He's like, I'm not saying anybody should like heckle him, but it's going to be really funny if he does the act. He was.
Yeah, of course. And that's what he's encouraging, and that's what he wants. Just like when, Shuli puts up the link on Twitter and says, hey, nobody click on this or share it.
Yeah, that's the whole thing.
It's exactly the same.
It's after like doing like a couple months with John, you start to realize that like the audience actually doesn't get the subtext. Like they actually just literally believe those things.
Right.
You're like,
they're going to use the literal words
very
instead
dumb.
of what they meant. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're not going to look at it in context.
Yeah. Oh shit! Is this the Duke? The Duke.
The Duke. Thanks for the $5. I'm on a plane flying back from Sweden, but you guys are doing great. I'm glad they have internet service on planes now. That is so good that you can get that.
I was telling him I'm so jealous because I'm going to I was going to go to grad school in Copenhagen, but now I'm going to go to Gothenburg, Sweden. And so to me, like, there's no place I'd rather be than Sweden right now. And I'm jealous of the Duke.
You'll get there.
No, I'll be there in a few months. I just wish I was there now.
Yeah.
But yeah.
It's going to be cold in a few months.
Yeah. It gets so cold there. That's the one thing. But I spent a lot of time inside, just to be honest. Right?
That's right.
How do you feel about Shuli standing? Coincidentally, after watching me stream, Shuli finally decided to get up and do an act out, or just be interesting or try to be interesting, where he attacked you personally in the sense that you're a traitor as an Israeli supporter because you are coalescing with a Free Palestine person. Did you see that attack on you?
I did see that, and that's just more bullshit of him throwing it out there, trying to drive a wedge between you and me. And that shit like that doesn't work. You know, we've had discussions and we know where each other stands, and I respect you and you respect me, and that's just shit where really just trying to start some shit. You know, the real thing is, why does he, you know, spend so much time, you know, praising Missy B and with all the things that she said about Jews? And you know, when someone does that, they have the right to say it. They have the right to post it. They have the right to feel how they feel and think how they think and do what they do. But that doesn't mean you have to accept it and think that it's okay. You get away from people.
But why is Free Palestine? By the way, I'm not like running around saying free. That's not even the way I would articulate it.
No, I know that. I've never heard you say that.
But sure. Like, why is that an offensive concept anyway? Like,
yeah, that's true too.
If I was just like, fuck the Jews, then okay. But saying Free Palestine is kind of a human thing to feel, that people should be free. And can I ask you this? It's like, what I don't understand is, like, I have Muslim parents. I grew up in a Muslim family. Like, when 9/11 happened, which the other side of that equation would say that they're committing 9/11 in response to America invading their country, and then we get into this back and forth and no one you know what I mean? It's not always as simple.
Yeah.
Right. So when 9/11 happened, I didn't have an impulse, neither did my parents or any Muslim person I know. None of them were like, fuck yeah, 9/11. Everyone was like, oh, that's bad that they just killed all those people. So why is it that why isn't it that, like, after October 7th, on October 7th, it's like, that is so bad that they killed all those people. But then Israel started killing a gajillion times more people. So why does it have to be whatever you were born into, to just acknowledge that it's bad when anyone kills anyone, then just acknowledge when it seems like, oh, they seem to be killing a lot more people? Why does he think that you have to have an allegiance or a loyalty to that concept? It's just like, well, whoever's killing people is bad.
Yeah, I'm against killing people, and
good.
Except if someone's coming at me to kill me, I feel it's okay to kill them. And
yeah, but Palestinians feel like, well, you guys, Israel has committed an apartheid and like controlled their water and electricity and everything.
No, yeah, I understand that.
It's that same back and forth. So it's like, but why does it have to be attached to like who our parents are and what like lineage we're from? It's just like, when people behave badly, then we should say that's bad. Like, why does it have to be so tribal?
You know what? That's been going on for 4,000 years, tribalism, and all over the world. And I mean, the different Asian cultures hate other Asian cultures, and in India, there's different classes of people or whatever, and
absolutely,
and they're at odds.
Like,
in India and Pakistan.
Yeah, and we're from the same. In Pakistan, it's like, if you're from like the Peshawar border, and all that, then they look at them like, you know, whatever. But that doesn't even matter. I guess I just don't understand, like, why you just can't like talk about what's really happening. And it's like, right now, there's not Palestinian children are not, mostly children in Palestine, by the way, are not bombing Israel, but Israel keeps killing them. So then when that starts happening, then that's bad. But when Hamas attacked Israel, it was bad when they did that. But that part already happened, and now we're like 100,000 deaths later. And I guess, to me, it's not like Jewish people, there's no Jewish monolith that are like supporting that. So
no, there's not.
What I mean? Yeah. So like, that's, to me, that's like the level of that Shuli's at, of like this tribal team thing. And it really shows a lack of character and just a lack of ability to like assess facts on the ground about anything. It doesn't matter if Shuli's being a hypocrite and he's doxing something, or he's doing some fucked up shit to us or whatever, because he's on that team. It's almost like just his team. There's no like standard of ethics. And to me, like his statement to you about like you're a traitor because you're talking to someone like me that's free Palestine is such an amalgam of like this whole just lack of complexity. I mean, he's a dumb retard, bad.
Well, he's a high school dropout and he doesn't know shit. And he doesn't have critical thinking skills, and we know that about him.
If he loves the state of Israel so much, then why did he bail out on the military? Why are him and his family a bunch of draft dodgers?
Well, I don't think his family was draft dodgers. From what I understand, they served, but
no, they didn't.
I'm talking about his parents. I think they both.
No, they didn't. They did not.
Oh, well, he claims. I thought he claimed his dad was in the IDF and his mom, but I don't know. Again, I don't research that shit. I heard him say that.
No, his best defense is that, well, I was too young. So, like,
him.
Right, so technically the parents are the ones that ducked the draft.
Oh, for him, though.
Yeah.
So, okay. So,
but I don't think he would have served. I don't think he would have served either. He's a coward.
Probably not. And I'm not going to say I would have served either, or I didn't serve the United States, military, when I graduated high school. I didn't. Well, I chose to go to college.
I would have left too, but then I wouldn't cheer on the bombing of that military and act like I'm a part of that tribe, like on a tribal level. It's like, if you're going to fucking talk like that, then why don't you go serve if you're so invested in it? That's
and the other thing is, thinking all Jews have to support the Israeli government. That's just not true. You can support the state of Israel, the people of Israel, without supporting the government. Because
it's anti-Semitic to tie your government to a religion. That's like the whole thing. It's like the idea of an ethno-state. Like Israel is the only place that is trying to be a publicly recognized ethno-state. And so once you attach religion to that, then you get this, where people are just like, oh, well, this is about the Jews. It has nothing to do about the Jews. Just like what Donald Trump does doesn't have everything to do with what every American thinks. It's a country and a government, and they're trying to expand their borders, and they're invading Lebanon, and it's like, and they're invading Iran. And so that has nothing to do with Judaism, and that's imperialism. It has nothing to do with Judaism.
And all governments, in my opinion, are corrupt. They're all about getting more power for them and less for the people. And it's just gonna be the way it is everywhere, including here. Trump's in there to make sure our oligarchs get what they want and the regular people don't get what they want.
No, I thought he was America first, and he was gonna lower inflation, lower food and gas prices.
That's a slogan. Yeah, that's a slogan to get the poorly educated to vote for him, so that he can get money, so that the oligarchs can have more and we can have less. And that's what it is. And you know what? The Democrats aren't much better.
No, they're not.
They have their elites too, and they would do the same thing. They think they know better than think they know better than the regular people too. They're just not quite as evil as the Republicans, but they're not that.
There's a gerontocracy problem. It's like the Democratic Party and the Republican establishment have just a bunch of fucking like 80, 90-year-olds. Like, from South Carolina, what's his fucking name? The Democratic leader. I'm drawing a blank.
Hakeem Jeffries?
Yeah. No. He's from New York. Jim
Clyburn. I thought you meant
Jim Clyburn. He's the guy that fucking stole the election and rigged it so that Bernie couldn't win South Carolina. And yeah, they're all dead and still in office, and they won't even admit that they're dead.
What about Chuck Grassley?
That's what I'm talking about. No, it's like Mitch McConnell is MIA.
He is dead.
But so it's like, all right, well, let's have Chuck Grassley do the leadership position. It's like, he's older than Mitch. He's like 90s. He's in his 90s.
Yeah, I mean, I think
it's a problem.
And the same thing with Feinstein when she was around. And I don't agree with having all those old people in there. They need to get the fuck out and let someone else come in. The problem is anyone who comes in, they're just looking out for themselves, and they're not going to look out for the people, no matter what they say. I know, I do believe that.
I don't think that's true. I think that there's an older it's important to make a distinction between the pre and post internet world, where there was political establishment that still kind of took care of the people much better than it did afterwards. But there's so much access to information now, and so like the younger generations, there's more of an accountability there that wasn't there prior. And I would argue that a lot of them like feel accountable to their voters, but you just have to get these dinosaurs out that are in leadership positions. So maybe I'm maybe I'm more optimistic.
You are more optimistic, and then there's some that say the right things that you will agree with, and you think that they're going to do the thing. Then you find out that they're fucking interns and shit.
Yeah, but I don't think I feel that the more and more the younger generations get into Washington, there's an accountability there. Like people like to attack the far, like the more leftist side of politics, but they're accountable to like these positions. Like there's a litmus test even to Abdullah El Sayed, where like if he doesn't follow through with like the policy platforms and starts caving, to the establishment, like there's a check on that, and it's people will turn on him, and they'll turn on him public on the internet, and that is politicians get scared by like a Twitter revolt or things like that. The people have a voice in a way that maybe they didn't have like in the late 90s. And I think that anyone that is really presenting themselves to be like a force of change, even like if that guy Joe Kent or like Tucker Carlson run, that the people that rev up a populist base on either side of the political aisle, they also know that they're accountable to the people that vote for them, because it's direct democracy. And so unfortunately it's a two-party system, but anyone that like is really presenting themselves like they're trying to make a change, they know they're going to be accountable. But then if you have some douchebag like Hakeem Jeffries, it's just like, no, that's just money keeping you in power. So that's
and then people thought Obama was going to be this great, towards the leftist guy, and then he got in there, and he stayed in the center, and he kept bombing places.
He's an asshole,
and had the NSA spying on people and stuff. So, he wasn't such a leftist either, and that upset those people.
But the point I'm making is based on like a set of years from when internet and direct connection with politicians and things like Twitter really started to matter. And I think Obama was the last president before it just went into this new
hyper internet. Twitter and Twitter, Facebook, all that shit took off when Obama was on.
All of like the comms teams and all that, like their strategies are all different. And you watch these people like on those like more centrist like Pod Save America and all that used to work on Obama's campaign, like you watch them wrestling with this new thing because it doesn't work. It's not the same thing. You can't just get a bunch of consultants and do a bunch of TV ad buys and like win an election anymore. And I think that ended after Obama.
So when I see young people out protesting, and it doesn't matter what the issue is, but if I see college kids out protesting any issue, how many of those people actually register and go vote?
I mean, it's hard to say, but I don't think that's the right mindset to have about it.
Yeah, well, maybe, but I just see so many, young people that I meet that I ask them if they're registered to vote, and they always say no. And I'm like, why not? And they're just like, well, it doesn't interest me, or I can't do anything about it. And
my friends are like, or like the communities I'm a part of, like that is like it's a religion. And they're so proud to tell.
Yeah, I registered when I was 18 to vote, and I've voted in every election since then, and not just presidential elections. I mean, I vote in primaries, I vote in state elections, local elections, and
there's a lot of work to be done, and we have all learned to navigate even the most fringes of, because there's like the establishment Republican and Democratic center. Then there's like the left and the populist left and the populist right. And then you have like the fringe. And the fringe are the people that are like at the protests and they start fucking throwing shit or trying to set things on fire and all that.
Yeah.
And so there's a learning curve of weeding those people out. I'm not arguing that those people are voting, but there's that the populist movements around the establishment on the left and the right, those people are definitely voting. And they're also going out and campaign or like canvassing for people. Like I canvass for all these with them. We just go, like we'll fly to like a state, like we'll fly to like a what's the word for that state? A swing state. We'll fly to a swing
Oh
state.
yeah, swing state. Yeah, I happen to live in one of the swing states. Yeah, so
those people canvass, so they'll vote to answer your question. But you know, like if you're just like a fucking asshole at a protest that's throwing shit at cops, then like I don't think that person's voting. That answers your question.
Okay.
But yeah, well, that was a good conversation. Sorry to I didn't mean to. I don't know. I'm sorry about bringing up the whole.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah.
Yeah. Are you good? Oh wait.
I'm good. I'm good.
Okay.
And
you want to call it?
Yeah, I'm ready to get out. I've got some things to do and go to bed.
I love you so much, Jerry. I love you
Yeah.
so much, Jerry. I was resistant about coming on because I do feel like you bring a more likable, humanizing element to the pro John world, and I'm a polarizing little gothy witch.
No,
I'm trans cuts. So like,
I'm John's little minion. I'm John's minion
No,
who
you're not.
doxes everybody and
No, you're a
doxes
good man.
all. Yeah,
You're a good man.
No,
You're
I
a good
dox
man.
all these people, and especially super chatters and their families and all that stuff. You know, they claim that that's what I do.
Everyone. That's why I think it's important for you to do a show, where you don't have me contaminating it, because everyone can just see that you're not this like goblin they've made you out to be. Like, you're a good man. So yeah.
Well, thank you. No, I appreciate that.
But yeah, all right. It's good talking to you.
Good to talk to you.
All right. I'll see y'all
I guess
later.
we're done. Okay. Good night.
Good night.
Everybody.